So let's say you're really hungover, you know, you're getting over a flu, something like that. You just don't feel like you have any energy at all. Maybe the standing work, right? If you've been sick, or like I say, you're hungover, or you just don't feel quite right. The standing work, you can just leave that to the end of the class. Well, let's say you come down onto the mat, come onto your back without falling asleep. So you come down. First of all, just let your legs fall from side to side. You got your belly pulled flat. Your neck is nice and long. Just kind of see your spine getting longer. Take your arms out the side. Now, if you've got props, that'd be great, right? We may use those. Good, so just let your legs go from side to side. Nice and easy, loosening up the low back. And like I say, you're imagining your spine is getting longer. Now, have your feet come down. Hip bone to shoulder width apart. Take your hands behind the head. Now, take your hands behind the head, pull in the back of the skull. So you get your neck nice and long. Carry your low back right back down the floor. Maybe you can hollow out the belly a little bit. Then float your chest off the mat just a little bit, about halfway of your full range of motion. Float up for 1. And we got 2. Bellies pull flat for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's just a small gesture. Now reach your right arm up towards the sky. Have that left elbow go out wide to the left. Then have that right shoulder float up for 1. Lift up again for 2. I'm keeping my left shoulder on the mat for 3. Got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Right hand goes behind the head. Right elbow is super wide. Now you can keep that right shoulder and right elbow on the mat. Left arm lifts up. Float that up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Now take one of your blocks. Take a block. If you haven't got a block, get a ball, something. Hold it right between your knees. Now what I want you to do is I want you to press and have the inner thighs pulling towards the center. So I'm pressing in towards the center just like that. I'm squeezing that. Now we did that little ab prep before. Do it again, but now you're going to squeeze that block. You're going to float up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the block. 6, 7, 8, 9. Squeeze it. 10, 11, and 12. Now keep that block right where it is. Keep that ball right where it is. Bring your feet in towards your hips. Float the hips up. Squeeze the block. Then come back down. Float it up. Squeeze the block. Come down. Lift up. Then down. Float up. Then down. Up. Down. Up. That's about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Bellies pull flat. Good. Now take that block, take that ball, set it off the side. Bring in one knee, bring the other knee. Just rock out from side to side. Let your shoulders come away from the ears. Bellies pull flat, neck is nice and long. Now have your feet come down. Walk your feet way over to the right side. Have your shins forward towards the left. So you got this twist going in the body. Hands going to go behind the head, neck is long. Float your chest up a little bit for 1. And we got 2, 3. Don't pull on the head. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now have your legs come back through center over the right side. Bellies pull flat. Good. Now from here, float her up. Got 12. Don't pull on the head. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, you're still on your back. Neck is long. Walk your feet out. So take your legs out straight. So legs go out straight. Now bring them in probably about 6 inches to 8 inches. Have your inner thighs connect so your feet are even. Balls of feet touch. Now from here, lift your chest up off the mat. Float your hips off the floor. Hang and hold here. Stay here. Now really get those legs nice and tight. Good. So I'm almost like I'm pulling my heels towards my bum just a little bit. Hang and hold. Stay here. Be here for just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips come down. Now walk your feet in about 6, 7, 8 inches more. Good, now float your hips up. Lift your chest off the mat. Hang and hold. Stay here, be here for just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the hips come down. Now bring them in a little bit closer. Keep the inner thighs connected still. Now float your hips up. Hang and hold here. I've got them out far enough I can have my feet flex back. Whole shin is working. Hang and hold here. Stay here. Be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay that back down. Now take your feet wide. Wider than your shoulders. Even have your feet turn out. Now float your hips off the mat. Have your left hip lift up a little bit. Now keep the hips high. Right hip lifts up. Don't look left or right. Left hip lifts up. Good. Right hip lifts up. Left hip lifts up. Right hip lifts up. Keep your belly flat. Left hip. Right hip. Left hip. Right hip. Last couple. Left. Last one right. Good. Now lay that back down one vertebra at a time. Now bring the bottoms of feet together. Take your feet right to the bottom. Take your knees wide. Hands are behind the head. Carry your low back to the mat. Float your chest up for 1. And we got 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one like that is 6. Bring your legs together. Let your legs again fall to the left side. Float her up. You got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your legs fall back over the right side. Now float her up. You got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now take your legs out long. Now have the whole body flat on the floor. You can imagine that you're trying to make yourself as flat on the floor as you can. So you're pressing your hands on the mat. Press the back of the neck of the mat. Press your low back of the mat. Press the back of the legs. Everything. You're getting as heavy as you possibly can. Press yourself in the floor. Everything's working. Try to make yourself as close to the floor as you possibly can. Feet are flexed back. Press, 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 and you release. Good. Hold here. Stay here. Release. Relax. Then press, press, press. Everything is pressed in the floor. Get as small, close to the floor as you can. Hold here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you release. Belly's pulled flat. Neck is nice and long. One thing you want to be careful of is you might do that. You relax so much you fall asleep. Good. Unless that's what you want. Now press everything in the mat. Press on the floor. Good. Just press. Everything's getting as close to the floor. Low back is on the mat. Take the back of the neck of the mat. Press the head on the floor. Back. Try to get as close to the floor as you can. Get as heavy as you can for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now just shake out your arms. Bring your legs in. Rock it out from side to side. Let all that tension go straight down the mat. Good. Bring your knees in. Pull yourself in tight. Get your shoulders way up around the ears. You roll on back in or come on up. Or what you can do is you can roll off to one side if you want to do that. So you roll off to one side. You come on up. Belly's pulled flat. Come on to all fours. And we're going to do our flow. So you're going to come forward into a plank and take it back into a child's pose. Come forward into a plank, back into a child's pose. So just get a little pumping action going here. Breathing in, breathing out. You bring your hips a little bit forward if you want. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice and easy. Right for your center. Just do another couple of those. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one just like that. You're going to have your right forearm come across the mat. And same thing. Just come on forward. That right hip low for 1. And we got 2, 3. Pull your belly flat. 4, 5, and 6. Good. Now come back onto both hands. Left forearm comes across a little different. Come forward for 1. Shoulders sweep nears. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Excellent. Good. Now have that right knee come down the middle of the mat. Have that left leg go way over here towards that right side. Just open up that left hip a little bit. Hang and hold. So I'm getting the whole stretch on that left side. And I've got very, very supported here because I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got lots of points of contact. Hold here, stay here, be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back on the knees. So it's a side bend, but you're not standing up. Not a huge amount of lever in the body. Now have your right foot reach way over here towards that left side. And then I'm going to reach over. I'm going to twist a little bit. Right arm reach out maybe a little bit. Hang and hold. Stay here. Be here. for just 5, a little bit longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back to center. Good. All right, have your toes tucked under. Just sit like that for just like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now come on the knuckles of the toes. Just hang here just a little bit. Just, it doesn't even have to be excruciating for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come out nice and long. You just hold here. You can do anything for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Kick your hands forward. Neck is nice and long. Chin is in. You know, lower down. Knees are nice and wide. Lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your heart up. Bellies pull flat. Come back. Lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to do a push-up, you can. You can even do a full length if you want. Come down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heart lifts up. Good work. All right, so come up to standing. If you did that, every time you felt a little bit crappy, or like I say, you're a little hungover, you're just deprived of sleep or whatever, if you did that, you're getting everything working, kind of get your lymph system pumping, and that will kind of set you up for whatever you've got to do. So that's a minimum if nothing else. All right, so come up to standing always. Take your arms up towards the sky. Lift your heart up nice and high. This is the most important part usually. Okay, repeat after me. I'm strong. I get stronger all the time. I'm working on it. I'm beautiful. I'm getting better looking all the time. I'm lucky that way. The universe made me. The universe loves me. I belong to it. It belongs to me. And we all belong here. And remember, your back bends are super important too. Kind of left that out of that one. But you can do whatever you want to do. And little sometimes is a lot. Adios.